Hello there, my fellow weebs. Nice to see you dropping in on my musings. That said, these videos really don't mean anything, so it's cool that you actually watch them. Anyway, I usually try to keep a balance of more masculine to feminine scented manga that I read and share with you guys. And sometimes those overlap, and sometimes they're very far divided, but this time around it's skewed a little more feminine than I would normally present. But without further ado, here are 5 manga that I've been reading and I like. Death is the only ending for the villainess. We are starting off strong, boys. This is a really good manga. Alright, just a quick note here about the way I pronounce the word manga sometimes. You might have noticed it, you might not have, but sometimes I will say munger. And this is because of an overcorrection of my Australian accent. When I moved to Japan, I started to realize that the ER at the end of words like winter, I wasn't pronouncing the ways Americans would, like winter. And as a result, my brain started to correct what I wanted to say. So anything that I thought ended with like winter, summer, my brain would start making it winter, summer. And as a result, manga, unfortunately, has the same ending sound, and I will say munger instead, which is incorrect, very wrong, and absolutely not right, but my brain started doing that because I wanted to teach students the American way to pronounce words, and as a result, all of my words that end with sometimes end with instead. I'm sorry, that's how it happened. And it's just in its early steps. So hop on board and join the rest of us in loving and enjoying how this shit is going down. Now, this is your foundational otome villainess reincarnation manga, but it's done so fucking well. There's just something about the way it's written that genuinely makes you feel like there's a chance the main character might die every chapter. Like there is something real and tangible about the danger she's in. Her life is always at stake. The reason why is because of the setup. I mean, it's the generic setup of the main character who was dropped into an otome game, but it's a little different. After clearing all the target routes of the normal game, players can try hardcore mode, which unlocks the villainess as a playable character, and you're allowed to play her so that she can survive. However, the main character in this has played the hardcore mode so many times and has never even come close to having the villainess survive. She gets really good at the game, but still, essentially, it's impossible. Hence the name of the actual manga. And if that doesn't tickle your fancy, you're clearly listening to the wrong review. Just skip ahead or something. Anyway, so when she's sucked into the game as the villainess, the manga also does something I find so fucking intriguing. The character is only allowed to select options from multiple choices, like you would do in a normal otome game. And I have never seen that happen. Of course, this ends up being dropped later because she unlocks free choice, but for the short time that she's trapped into the multi-choice selections, it's the most fucking tense I've ever been reading an otome villainess reincarnation manga. I just gotta say, this is good. I would also probably die for the main character. I wish her all the happiness in the world. This is honestly a must-read for anyone who likes this genre. It is the most serious take I've seen on this storyline, and I can never tell what's going to happen next. Super interesting, and I just really like it, okay? Kuro no Mao. I like this, but I'm in mixed feelings about it. It's a little fucked up, but that does seem to be where a lot of male-centered isekai is going lately. Nonetheless, you know, it's the general storyline. You know it, I know it. High school boy summoned into another world, but instead of being a hero, he is summoned to be an experiment and is put into life or death situations that force him to develop his skills. And I think the experimenter's main goal is to essentially make slave soldiers who are OP as fuck, but it's a little unclear. Anyway, eventually the dude gets lucky and escapes and wanders around, shacks up with a half-fairy who is low-key yandere, and, you know, makes friends and shit with a lot of non-humans. And then, just a little warning, there are spoilers ahead, so don't watch the next couple seconds if you care. that same government that was running experiments on him come and kill everyone. Like, it's pretty fucked up. There's a gore tag for a reason. Ding. No more spoilers. It is not for kiddies. I digress. It's well written, and I suppose with this tag there's gonna be a lot more shit going down, but whatever. Also, it's nice that the main character isn't the most OP. Like his teammates, I would say are maybe stronger than him. And there are opponents who are also pretty damn strong. There's something weird to be said about the way they're weaving relationships between the characters, and I don't know where I stand on that issue. Anyway, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you about this. I'm almost neutral about this. I don't know. Not crazy about the art, and the MC isn't that endearing. I think I just really want to read about the human race being scoured off the earth, because sometimes I feel like we need that. I think what this manga really lacks is heart. There's a lot of everything else, but I don't feel any soul in it. Are you crazy about killing humans? Please turn yourself into the police. But if you like to read about that shit, and you like seeing cool magic and some gore and a fan service here and there, you might enjoy this manga. Hariko no Otome. A real short read and just sweet. Like, I love the world building in it. And the main character is just a nice person who had shit happen to them, so it's nice to see them happy. Plot-wise, a person is reincarnated into a noble family of tailors who are famously known to be able to produce divine embroidery, which is like magic shit stuff that's super strong. So she doesn't know that she can do this embroidery, but you know, she can because she's super cool. And eventually, her family, who don't think she can do it, sell her off and put their hopes of the divine onto her younger sister, and her younger sister is kind of shit anyway, so I don't care. The person she gets sold to is a pretty nice dude, and she starts being happy. Hell yeah. She gets to make whatever she likes, and even repairs spirits' clothes, and they're all pretty cute. Everything's cute, everything's happy. Anyway, it's revealed that she can do the divine embroidery thing, and now shit is about to go down. But that's all that's really happened in the past 5 chapters that are online. However, this has the feel of a story that is just beginning, and I implore you to follow along because this is going to be something good. I can feel it. I can feel it in my fingers. I really want to explore this world further and see the main character grow and just be happy. Short and sweet read so far. If you like rags to riches storylines, you might enjoy this one. It's nothing super special just yet, but give it a few more chapters and I think it'll enrapture you just as it has done me. Yojo to scope to magan o. Okay. A lolly warning. Like, she looks like a lolly, but I think she's way old, and I don't know why this is a thing, but whatever. There is a lolly, and she's in someone's bed within 4 chapters, so, yeah, that's my warning for you. Again, this one is going to be pretty short because there's only 4 chapters online, but I think what I'm aiming to do is to bring you recs of manga that haven't got a huge following yet, but hopefully will when there are more chapters up. And you can be one of the cool people who got there first and be like, I knew it before it was cool. Because we all like doing that, even if no one believes us. This story is about a dude who dies as a high schooler in a bus crash because he was intimidated into giving his chair up to a thug. If he had still been sitting down, he wouldn't have died. He dies and he is reincarnated into a world where people mine for gems and stuff. It's basically the adventuring of this world, mining. The world hasn't been explored too much, but there's so much scope for further world building that this story literally has me salivating from my own overactive imagination. Who is this lolly? What is this dude going to do now? What is this world like? What power does the main character have? Like, look at this, what's this? And so many other questions that I desperately hope the mangaka answers. Also, look at the art of this. It's just nice. Like, stylized a little bit, but all the mess manga are. I really like the way this manga looks. It's easy on the eyes and everything just flows so nicely. Just some itty bitty manga right now, but hopefully unlike the lolly in this, it grows up big and strong and explores the worlds it's in. Really strong start for an isekai, and you should start steering the bandwagon before it becomes the new old. Chitra. Very unique art style, and I adore it, honestly. It's a bit of a spin on the classic reincarnation storyline because it's pretty different. It takes a little from column A of isekai and a little from column B of gacha games. So the setup is that the main character, who is preparing for their civil servant exam, dies. Yeah, well, we saw that coming, okay, it's pretty standard. But she is reborn into the body of a beautiful countess and becomes the apostle of the god of beauty, who, for some reason yet to be explained, is depicted as a rabbit, not too dissimilar from the manager in Dungeon Recent. Ignoring the rabbit portion of that explanation, as the apostle of the god of beauty, she is granted essentially a level up pathway with perks and goals to become stronger. And there's a really good level of fan service for those who like the men in this one in the form of her servants, which she receives with gacha mechanics, and are just mwah. Thank you, Evolution, for every step of animal life that led me to being able to view this manga. Regardless of the eye candy supplied, the interesting thing about this manga is that it really could have stopped there. Like, it had enough to sell itself to a big enough audience. Pretty girl gathers hotties, getting that reverse harem, and leveling up and finding love. I mean, I'm sold on that premise. Reverse harem, where the main characters aren't stupid, are far and few between, so I had already promised my soul to it at that point. However, the story takes it further. The main character is so intelligent and ready and prepared to become the countess that she is ruthless in her decision making and improves her country, and is basically ready to take on the world, as is her task as the god of beauty's apostle. And that's so fucking excited. I'm excited in more ways than one with this manga, and I honestly can't believe it's got such a small reading base. Also, there are hilarious beats in this manga, some that I literally had to step away from my computer for, just for a second to gain composure. So, like, read this, okay? Reverse harem done right, and a main character who I would let step all over me with high heels. But honestly, a really intriguing world written and drawn in a lovely way. Nothing else I can say about this, but it's a good manga and I love where it's going, and you might too. Anyway, that's all from me today. I think these videos are probably getting shorter and shorter, but who the fuck cares, am I right? YouTube analytics probably does, but I'm forever unmonetized and unpartnered in more ways than one, so I don't really give a fuck. Remember, feel free to leave a comment or a message for any recs you have, and I'll give it a read and do whatever it is that I do. Please. I'm desperate. I need new shit to read. This has been a Weeaboo review. This weeb is gonna go cry in their bed and imagine what life would be like if they were happy. Catch you later!